Since I was very young, I always felt that I was the reincarnation of a man.
It's a world about putting you down to sell you something. And Raif Adelberg basically tells you can wear whatever the fuck you want. Why would I ever need to explain myself?
I was raised Mormon, and so there's a prescribed belief system. The minute I stopped struggling about my belief system and surrendered to the flow of life was the minute that life started happening for me.
You have to say, oh, I'm gay, or oh, I'm straight, or oh, I'm bisexual, or whatever the fuck you want to say. And how the fuck do you know? Like, I'm not saying that I've ever fallen in love with a girl yet or anything like that, but you never know.
I was always the pretty girl, and my family was always like, oh, you're so beautiful, Tatiana, you're so pretty. And I was always really offended by that because I thought that I had to be that all the time or else they didn't like me anymore. So very early on, I wanted to be ugly.
The last time I visited London, she was like, you cannot wear any skirts, and I like stepped off the plane wearing 3. It was interesting by the end of the trip. My mom was like saying, you know, I don't even notice you when you're in a skirt anymore. I don't do it for attention. If you want to treat it as an attack on you, then you can do that.
I have this romantic idea of a relationship that, you know, when you find somebody, you're soulmates and you make it work no matter what.
We went from being a hunter-gatherer society that shared everything to being an agricultural society where property mattered. People became assets in that way.
When you're saying I'm in a monogamous relationship, you've just decided for the rest of your life. Like this is the life.
It's not that I think that we should all have as many lovers as we want, but when you say that you have to be complete with another person, you're selling yourself short.
I feel really sexy.
When I'm naked right after having sex, and my lover has just spent a lot of time with my body.
When I'm cooking. And then people take it into their body so it becomes a part of them. But it's like this nurturing for other people and sharing and from something that you created. I think that's really sexy.
I don't really dress to be sexy.
I've never ever tried to dress sexy. Whether it's something like this or if I was literally just standing here in my underwear, if I was wearing it with truth, honesty, then that is sexy. Dress French to me is where you dress because you just want to fuck each other. And that's it. And there's no like individualism at all. And so then I was like, fuck this shit. I'm fucking keeping that skirt. You know, you have to work a little extra harder for me.
I don't like to play games. I don't like to, you know, make someone work for it or do too much kind of courting. If you don't see what this could be, if you don't see who I am by this time, then you're never going to.
I'm really bad at pursuing somebody. I don't like to be pressured and I don't like to pressure people. For me it's like, you know, waves. Why should I force that the wave goes either back or in? You know, it's just, of course it's gonna happen. I'm also an optimist, obviously.
I never want to end up in a relationship with someone who, like, I am their world and they are my world. Because it's very important to have self-value.
I'm definitely more sexually attracted to men, but my first sexual fantasies were always women.
When I find a man that's really feminine and very masculine at the same time, is very proud of his femininity, that attracts me.
I guess I want to be that person I'm attracted to. I've had very strong sexual reactions to like a couple of girlfriends of mine. Confident, powerful, and kind of, I guess, masculine in a weird way. I had to be sexual with her, and it came from a place of just like wanting to enjoy her more. Living behind the label of gay, it didn't allow me that.
A lot of people kind of hide behind it a lot, actually. A lot of people that I know, it's a tool to sort of like, it is a drug at times to some people, you know, to sort of numb themselves from other things.
I like took some guy home from the bar, brought him upstairs, let him give me a blowjob in front of my mirror, was looking at my reflection and realizing that I wasn't connecting to this person at all, and I hadn't been connecting to a lot of people. Until that point, I really never had an emotional and sexual connection.
I mean, sex for me is an experience that isn't just like saying hello. I like it a lot. And I can be super honest and be myself with somebody, and that's one of the criteria. I think that's why it has to be somebody that I really know well.
I can have sex with anything, anyone. But hands down, always prefer to have emotional investment.
Sometimes you can, you know, hook up with somebody or whatever and you don't have a real connection with them, but you still can learn something though. Like, it's still kind of an important thing in that you sort of learn what you do and don't want in a more very like sped up kind of way.
I mean, it's easy to have sex with yourself as well. FYI.
Sex education today is not good, especially if you are queer. You're not told what you need to do if you're going to have sex with someone of the same sex. You just have pornography, and that is not a safe way to learn anything. Like, that's acting. Imagine learning the way to live life by watching soap operas.
Ideal optimistic sex it's a rhythm. It's like a passing of an instrument.
And I think that's sort of where like a lot of like hookup culture sort of has its issues, is that you're hooking up with someone and it's like, bearing in mind that I've not really done it very often, but you're doing it to get away from your day-to-day realities of your own life. Like, have a break, a vacation from your life. Sex is one of the ultimate kind of ways to kind of slow down time and to be present.
A magnetic, enigmatic, you know, sensual person who can read you and feel you, like that has no gender.